What is up, everybody? I'm back with another B-Man's here into NBA YoungBoy beats so every rapper by hip hop daily, man. Let's get into it.
If there's one artist in music today who holds the crown for most beef, it's NBA YoungBoy. Since coming into the industry, YoungBoy has had smoke with almost every other pop and street artist in the game. Let's take a closer look at some of the other rappers NBA YoungBoy has had smoke with. G Money and Fredo Bang. YoungBoy grew up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a city with one of the highest murder rates in the U.S.
Don't know why he's
growing up in such a dangerous environment, because ever since he came into the game, he's been at war with other rappers from his own.
Bro, NBA YoungBoy beefing with Fredo Bang would be like, that would be like Polo G beefing with like a Lil Pump. Like that just, that just doesn't work.
Own hometown, mainly G Money and Fredo Bang. Growing up, YoungBoy was friends with G Money's brother, Lil Herc, and G became like a mentor to him. But eventually, he had a falling out after G Money slept with YoungBoy's sister.
Not really. He mad about his sister too, though.
About his sister?
Yeah, I had her a long time ago.
G Money was affiliated with a gang and record label called TBG, or Top Boy Gorillas. He introduced YoungBoy to TBG early on in his career, but after the label refused to show YoungBoy the respect he thought he deserved, he split off to form his own group, NBA. Fredo Bang is also affiliated with TBG, which is where the beef between him and YoungBoy began. Once YoungBoy started blowing up, he started dissing his former allies from TBG for not supporting his career. G Money and the rest of TBG responded, and they began exchanging disses and songs and on social media.
Oh, talking about you don't like this and that. You ain't no for you to like, you hear me? You know what I'm saying? You just copping off a so I pull up in that wagon, you go take a picture by a G-Wagon. Boy, you really my son. Stop watching me, man.
This eventually led G Money to drop the diss track, Industry, aimed at YoungBoy. A few weeks later, he was shot and killed outside of a recording studio in Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge police are looking into a deadly shooting that claimed the life of a local rapper. Police say someone shot and killed 22-year-old Garrett Burton on Dallas Street around 1:20 last night.
Fredo Bang was locked up at the time and wasn't around for the early days of the beef. But after he was released, it was all-out war. Check out our video on the deadly war in Baton Rouge for more info on this beef. Fredo has continued to rep TBG and is quickly becoming the second most popular rapper from Baton Rouge after YoungBoy.
I just really don't understand, like, how is any YoungBoy beefing with Fredo Bang, bro? Like, crazy. Like I said, it would literally be like Polo G beefing with like Lil Pump. Like
history and affiliations, they have continued to diss each other on social media. Most recently, the two rappers got into it after they were set to drop a project on the same day. In August 2020, YoungBoy announced that his next project, Top, would be released on September 11th. Fredo Bang was also planning on dropping his next project on the same day and took to social media to joke about this shot, saying, "Guess me and my son dropping on the same day," with 2 laughing emojis. YoungBoy clearly wasn't amused by Fredo's joke and lashed out at him on IG. He called him a and disrespected his mother and his dead homies. He also said that he wasn't really about that life and isn't any competition to YoungBoy.
Hey, you a bum, you. Go dig all 3 of your brothers up with your scary ass. You a. Stop running from me. I ain't in no competition with you. Stop writing me. You a.
Fredo responded, but was much calmer. He told his fans to go help out YoungBoy because he's clearly pretty angry.
Hey, somebody go help little brother out, bro. He angry, dog. He angry.
But he also threw shade at some of YoungBoy's dead friends to even the score. Although YoungBoy came off more triggered and aggressive, his album did do much bigger sales numbers.
Isn't it crazy how like every rapper, like when they start rapping, like after they start blowing up, they all just grow their hair out? That's just like one thing I noticed about like literally every rapper.
So he won the argument, but that isn't gonna stop Fredo from messing with his enemy. Both rappers are currently caught up in their own legal situations, so they likely won't be doing much dissing for a while. But those hometown rivalries never truly go away, and if they're back out on the streets at the same time, you can bet that it's on sight. But Fredo is far from the only rapper that YoungBoy has dissed. This next artist got into it with YoungBoy after accusing him of being a snitch when his baby mama stabbed another girl at his house. Kodak Black. YoungBoy and Kodak used to be cool with each other and collaborated numerous times on tracks like Chosen One and Water. But those rap industry friendships don't always last, and the two rappers have been trading shots at each other ever since Kodak accused YoungBoy of cooperating with police. While Kodak was behind bars facing federal firearms charges, YoungBoy was involved in an altercation between Floyd Mayweather's daughter Yaya and another woman. Yaya showed up to YoungBoy's house around 1:30 a.m. and found the rapper hanging out with a woman named LaPatra Jacobs. Yaya, who has a child with YoungBoy, told Jacobs to leave because she was the rapper's fiance, and a fight broke out. Yaya allegedly stabbed Jacobs with a kitchen knife after she pulled her hair. The cops had to be called, and Yaya ended up being charged with felony aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Even though Kodak was behind bars at the time, he was still informed on what was going down in the streets. He ended up reading a blog post that said YoungBoy was fully cooperating with authorities, which to Kodak meant he was snitching. He commented under the post from Celebrity Gossip, who reported on the story saying, "The hell
Bro,
they
Kodak vocabulary. Listen to what this say. They say he fully cooperated with them. LOL. They ain't say a little piece. They said fully that. LOL. Anyways, man, that word ain't even supposed to be attached to your name. NBA YoungBoy. Lil bro, don't do that, lil girl. And then, bro, this dude, this how you, bro. This is some Florida stuff, bro. He literally capitalized the beginning of every single word. That is some Florida stuff. That I am not reading that.
mean fully cooperated." YoungBoy, of course, didn't like having the street cred questioned and went on IG Live to diss Kodak and deny the snitching rumors.
Say I cooperated. Bow, what, you stupid?
He goes on to show Yaya in the background to prove that he didn't snitch.
My wife? You talking about my wife? Inside my house that I paid for? Now her huh? And now daddy, I ain't never accepted not one thing from her in my life.
Kodak responded to YoungBoy's threats over a jail phone and said that he'll continue to say what he wants until YoungBoy does something about it.
I make you do something, boy. For sure, boy. Yo, I keep top chasing in your voice, nigga. And make you do something, boy. Stop playing me, boy. For real, boy. Come on.
This wasn't the first time that Kodak and YoungBoy have had beef. Back in 2017, Kodak threw shots at the rapper on his track, Time Never Mattered, where he rapped, "But I hope that I don't go broke again. I'm killing young babies. Kodak never going broke again. You a free agent." Not long after that, a video of Quando Rondo, YoungBoy's artist, showed the rapper burning a bunch of Sniper Gang merch.
Man, we on some NBA shit, man. Tell Ethica don't send me this shit no more, man. I'm telling y'all, I'm about to offer some real deal. God damn, my nigga, you about to burn my day. Nigga, you burning the bed, cuz.
This prompted a response from Kodak and his crew, who burned a Never Broke Again shirt and threatened the rapper on social media.
All you had to do was, Kodak, can I get a shout out, bro? Could you post my picture? Could you post my music? I would've did it.
Then, in 2019, it was revealed that YoungBoy was dating Kodak's ex-girlfriend Dej, who was spotted just a week earlier writing flirty comments on Kodak's IG. But after Kodak was locked up on federal gun charges later that year, YoungBoy dropped the track Letter to Kodak, where he seemed to try and make up with his former friend, rapping, "Kodak locked up, and I miss him, so I'ma send him a kite." But after the comments about snitching on Yaya, YoungBoy was back to the bullshit. Kodak addressed the beef on the song Dirty K from his recent project Haitian Boy Kodak. On the song, he raps, "My little brother YoungBoy told me he look up to me. I don't know why, but he be feeling like it's me now. About to call him, trying to see what all this fussing about." So, it doesn't seem like the two rappers have any real beef. They're just two hot-headed artists who like to throw shots at each other and overreact. It seems like they can eventually patch things up, or at least ignore each other in the future. But this next rapper wasn't as lucky and ended up losing his life after beefing with YoungBoy and his team. King Von. King Von was one of the most respected savages to make it out of the south side of Chicago. But when one gangster gets into it with another, there are only two outcomes possible: death or jail. Unfortunately, hip-hop lost one of its biggest rising talents after the rapper got into a fight with YoungBoy's artist, Quando Rondo, outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, this security footage was crazy. They caught all of them in 4K.
Downtown Atlanta. Although the exact details of the beef between Von and Rondo are still unclear, many believe that it all started with YoungBoy. Before his death, Von had questioned YoungBoy's credibility while listening to one of his tracks on IG Live. In the video, Von is listening to a YoungBoy song in the car with his friends, when he starts questioning what he's even talking about and says, "You got cap in your raps."
YoungBoy talking about on this song, bro. What? Talking crazy on this song. Oh, yeah? He ain't even like that. On his ass, now. On his ass. Cap. You got cap in your raps.
Nothing happened immediately after that, but it showed that from the jump, Von didn't respect YoungBoy. The beef escalated years later when Von was seen hanging out with YoungBoy's baby mama Jania. This sparked rumors that she and Von were dating, which the rapper denied and said that they were just making music together. But Von's excuses weren't enough, and Quando Rondo started sending shots at him on social media. Rondo was signed to YoungBoy's record label and has been mentored by the artist since he first popped off. He's known for being a team player and taking on many of YoungBoy's beefs. So when Von was seen hanging out with the boss's baby mama, Quando took matters into his own hands and started sending shots. YoungBoy and Von also started dissing each other on social media, although Von did mention that it wasn't real beef until somebody dies and that he doesn't start problems over females. For a while, it seemed like just an internet beef, until Quando and Von bumped into each other on the night of November 6, 2020. Von was the type of dude who kept the same energy, whether it's the internet or the streets, and he ended up punching Rondo in the face when he saw him. Rondo's homie Lil Tim reacted to his friend getting punched and started letting off shots, leaving Von dead. There are still many unanswered questions about what happened that night, but it seems likely that YoungBoy's beef with Von played a role in his death. Kevin Gates and
I ain't gonna lie,
Moneybagg.
that was crazy. Like, dude really got out the car and started shooting in front of like, it was probably like 100 people outside. Like,
Yo, those are just the most public beefs that
crazy.
YoungBoy has had with other artists. But it seems like the rapper's at war with half the industry. He's gotten into his fair share of beef with past collaborators like Kevin Gates and Moneybagg. Kevin Gates was one of the first big artists to co-sign YoungBoy and was featured on his 2016 mixtape 38 Baby. Gates even went as far as getting the YoungBoy tat and claimed that he loved the rapper.
How you gonna say? Nah, I got a tattoo of him on me because I love him. And you can say what you want to, but just in Louisiana, when we love somebody, we appreciate them while they're alive.
But that didn't stop the two men from going at each other after they had a falling out. While highly intoxicated, Kevin Gates went on IG Live and called YoungBoy a and said, "You claiming to be a monster, but I know what you are. You did a video about why you didn't get out the car."
Cause you ain't really living like that. You listen to a bunch of good ass rap songs. Hey, every that come around us, babe, what they do? They turn into a monster.
You need to stop.
Hey, at 6 months, hey, they forget how to be a monster. You know why? Gatorade, is it in you or is it on you?
What are you talking about, bro?
So retarded.
I ain't no bottom. I know bottom, you heard me?
It's not clear what caused the beef, but it must have been serious for a man who had the rapper's face tatted on his body to start throwing shade. YoungBoy responded with a diss track against Gates where he shed light on the situation. Apparently, YoungBoy was mad because Gates helped him get a deal with Atlantic Records, which included a finder's fee where Gates got a percentage of his earnings. Later on, YoungBoy wasn't happy with the terms of the contract and accused Gates of convincing him to sign a bad deal just so he could get paid. If these accusations are true, it makes sense why YoungBoy isn't rocking with his former mentor anymore. Although, it's tough to know the details of the contract and whether Gates did it intentionally or if YoungBoy is just overreacting to normal business. YoungBoy also got into it with Moneybagg Yo, who he did an entire collaborative record with back in 2017. But before that tape even dropped, YoungBoy already had beef with the Memphis rapper. On the day the project was released, YoungBoy went on Instagram to dismiss the album and make it known he wasn't rocking with Moneybagg Yo.
I ain't that tape. And I won't smoke, I ain't playing on my son. All y'all too. And the bullshit that's on the.
He also followed up on Twitter to complain about gossip, fake shit, and lies, but didn't go into detail about what happened. After that, both of their crews started sending shots at each
Him and YoungBoy is literally definition of a hothead.
other online, until they both came face to face at a mall in LA and got into a huge brawl. In a radio interview not long after, Moneybagg tried to downplay the beef and claim they were cool, but they continued to send subliminal shots at each other and drop diss records. It's also worth mentioning that Moneybagg Yo is cool with Fredo Bang. This may be the reason behind the tension, as YoungBoy may have felt that he was playing both sides. YoungBoy also recently dropped a diss track aimed at the Memphis rapper, where he claims that they got into a situation in the studio and YoungBoy pulled a strap out on him, so Moneybagg went and told Yo Gotti. So, it seems like industry politics and street beef got mixed up and led to the rappers going at each other's necks. YoungBoy should probably focus more on his legal situation rather than starting rap beefs, although it does probably help his album sales. Maybe spending some time behind bars will force YoungBoy to reflect on his decisions and stop turning half the industry against him. But then again, all the dissing and wild behavior is part of what has made him so popular, so it seems unlikely he'll slow down anytime soon. If you thought this video was crazy, be sure to check out our channel for more. From Baton Rouge drill lyrics that really happened,
The video was alright, it wasn't that crazy. But yeah, you know what I'm saying, W video regardless, you know what I'm saying? But that's gonna be the end of the video, bro. Like, comment, subscribe, we out.